today is the day where you will be leading me through the trading plan. I'm excited about this. Now, here's the thing. Trading plan is I feel like changes are coming hot and fast every couple of minutes because we have some incredibly smart outliers who have built some really cool things to make life unbelievably easy. And just I'm telling you, not even 5 minutes ago did I learn about the newest bookmarklet. This one here, check this out. What's this? All sectors all at once. Ready? So what this is going to do is it's going to run the Donchian Channels on every sector and all the stocks all at once. At least I think it's going to. Let's see. Let me refresh the page. Maybe I did something wrong. I know this worked just a minute ago. Okay, all sectors. There's so much anticipation to work right now.
Hey, Chris, you might want to mute us. We're getting a lot of background noise.
I hear it too. Who's it coming from? All right. Muted Joe. Everybody's muted except for it's JC. JC, you've got a lot of background noise going on over there. So we'll keep you muted, JC, until you wanna speak. So there we go. Look at that. Check it out. Right? So this computed all of the sectors. I assume that this means bullish. Let's see, which one's bearish? Financials? Bearish. Look at that. How sick is that? And then it computed all the donkey scores on everything. Now, we're going to talk more about that. If you are new to what's going on, I'm sure that this makes no sense whatsoever. And what the hell is a donkey score? But it's cool. Don't stress. We're going to cover all of that today. So the plan for now is I want you guys to lead me through how we're going to trade, right? I'm not going to put on any trades today. I want you to show me the process as if we were going to put on some trades today. So, Mike.
Yes.
Where do we start?
First thing I do is go to the screener.
Oh, you start at the screener?
I do start at the screener because I'm weird. I start at the screener. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. Just your surprise to that makes me wonder if I shouldn't start at the screener, but I start at the screener.
Okay.
Then I grab all the ones from that day and the day before, and I throw them into chat and have him put them from high to low in the outlier return. And then
throw them in chat?
Yeah. It takes me like 30 seconds. I throw them in chat GPT and it.
Oh, chat GPT. Okay.
Yeah. And it puts a high to low for me. So, it just shortens that up for me anyway. But
dude, I just dropped something in the alpha group chat. This right here, scanner results. That may make your life a lot easier. I was going to share with you that, all of you guys that, and then of course all the outliers as well. But it should make life a little bit easier. Okay, so you're organizing it from high to low.
Yes.
Tell me what.
What was that you just shared with us before? Is that something that does what I'm doing?
No. We're sticking with your schedule here, Mike. We'll come back to my schedule here.
All right. And another thing. All right. Okay. Then I do that, and then I go right to the SPY, which I probably should do that very first thing. But I go to the SPY and see what it's saying, and if that's if he's a seller, if it's not a go there, then I'm pretty much done anyway.
Yeah.
So I try to. But I always like to look at the stocks anyway, mostly because even if there isn't something for the day, there might be something I put in the watch list that might pop up later, for like tomorrow, the next day or something. Mm-hmm. And so then SPY's number 2, and then let's see, how do I go that?
Mike, it's interesting. It almost sounds like you have a bottom-up approach, which is there's nothing wrong with that.
Story of my life.
That's what Minervini does. Other market wizards do, right? They start with all the charts and they start going through like, okay, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. And then they set it aside until the market starts showing what they want to see.
Well, Mark calls me all the time and asks how I do things.
A smart guy.
He is a smart guy. Well, anyways, yeah, but and then I just start working through the OVTLYR 9s on the for the rest of it. And I try to stay away from any chatter. But that's the main thing. It's just, you can do all that and then you get into the chatter and it kind of messes me up. So I'm like, I don't want to hear that stuff. But yeah. So I'll go through, if the 9's good, and then for like, if I think I'm going in, I do always bounce something off my peers. I'll throw it in the alpha group because somebody, especially like David, will throw in stuff that he sees that I don't have access to. But that's the steps there.
Well, that's really cool. In fact, I gotta commend you guys. You guys in your like private alpha chat, like you guys do some really cool stuff over there. I'm really glad you guys have embraced that and really made that your own. It's a cool little spot to pop into every once in a while, and it should absolutely cause all kinds of FOMO for anybody who's not in the alpha chat. Just saying. So okay, so to Mike's point over there, what I want to do is I want to work through my plan. But then I want to share with you the spreadsheet I was working on. Now, the spreadsheet I was working on at this point may be outdated because of this cool new little bookmark that came through. In fact, let me refresh it again. Okay, it looks like if you get off the page, it might go away. I don't know. We're learning this on the fly, so this is fun. All sectors.
I think you mean the donkey button.
Well, I don't know if I want to call that one the donkey button, because then you can't really see the uptrend and downtrend channels right there.
Fair enough.
Right. While I do like how it has the exports, you don't know what's going on to create the exports. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. It's a little slow, but there's nothing wrong with it being slow considering it works. How cool is that? How cool is that? But what's really cool, right, is that it pops out and shows you which areas have a score of 3 or greater. So we're going to come back to this in a minute. In fact, let's start all the way at the top. Welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. Today, we're going to be talking about the golden ticket trading strategy, which is my style of trading. And it's what we've been teaching these fine gentlemen here. And it starts with, what is the market telling us? So now I'm going to start picking on you guys. Where should we go first? Right? Let's go. Let's start left to right. Ian, where should we go first and how should we look at it?
Gotta unmute myself. Okay, so we're going to look at the trend of the overall market.
Right.
So the SPY, the full stocks, all that.
You tell me, where do I go now?
Oh, okay. So we'll need to check the SPY just to see whether the 10's over the 20 and the price is over the 50. And we usually know that because it doesn't change that quickly.
Right. It can go months without changing.
Yeah. So
if it's green, that makes life easy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we've confirmed the trend of the market is moving up with the 10 over 20 price over 50, like Ian mentioned, right? Now, where do we get the signal?
We've still got a buy signal. The buy signal on the chart. Just there, just before. Yeah, we've got a little buy signal.
Buy signal on the chart. Well, that's pretty handy, right? Making that all in one spot, making it easy to see. Yeah. I mean, any monkey can look at this and say, hey, you know what? It's going up, right? And that trend, and then any donkey can see a buy signal right there, right? Got a combo monkey donkey situation going on. Here we go.
Plus, don't you have that on the strategy right in the middle of the column right there? Master key?
Master key. Now, master key was before we figured out the OVTLYR Nine.
Center column.
So master key is like a dumbed down version of OVTLYR Nine. But yeah, you're right.
Right? I mean, you got SPY, signal, buy. You have market trend, bullish. You got market breadth, 57. That's sector breadth, right. 60. I mean, you can just go there, right?
Right. Hold on. You're going to like this even more. Mahesh will kill me if I show you this, but I'm going to show you anyway.
Oh, no.
No.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, my.
Look at this.
That's upcoming? Yes.
Yeah, OVTLYR Nine.
Nice.
On the screen. How cool is that? That's going to be sick. I'm really looking forward to that.
I have to send Mahesh whatever he's drinking, a bottle.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a case, I think.
So we will be able to see in a glance all OVTLYR Nine all at once. Now, I don't know when this is going to come. This is just a screenshot he sent me on the UI that he's working on. So I'm very excited about that.
Super.
Don't tell anyone.
Very cool.
Don't tell anyone. That's between you and me, okay? All right. So we established a trend. We established a signal. Now, what's next, Joe? I'm gonna pick on you now. What's after trend and signal on the market?
Well, at this point, you didn't do breadth yet, right? You just did trend and signal.
No, I didn't do breadth yet.
Okay, let's look at the breadth. So what we do is one button down on the right, you're going to see the graph with the arrow. We want that guy. And we're looking at full stocks because we want as much of the breadth as we can in one view.
I agree. And then, you can do it like on the S&P if you choose to, right? But I would tell you guys, whatever you choose, keep it that forever, right? Don't be bouncing from full stocks to Dow Jones to S&P 1 week, and then you're like, you know what? I only care about the real estate sector. I'm only going to look at the real estate sector anyway, right? Figure out what that is and stick with it. It makes your life a lot easier. So we'll stick on full stocks for now.
The next thing I do is I like to do a little zooming. So underneath our pictures, you got a little slider. You can move that fella to the right until it zooms in enough that you can make logic out of the picture. And then I'm just looking for that the green line on the middle chart here to be over the 10 EMA, unless we're in a situation where it's gone above 75, and now I have to be worried about a reset.
Yeah.
For today, all I'm caring about is that it's above the 10.
Exactly. I love it. Very, very good. Now, to that point, what is this measuring right here? What is the green line?
It's the number of stocks with a buy signal versus the number of stocks with a sell signal. So if it's going up, the green line is getting further away from zero. It means we have more stocks with a buy signal than we did yesterday.
Why do we care about that?
Well, because we want to be in that picture you show us from the slides where everybody's saying buy, 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 buy. We want to be on that trend and not the opposite.
Yeah, let me find it. This one. Right?
Yeah, that's the guy.
And it's really cool because the market breadth really follows this. It's crazy where everybody's screaming sell and it comes down here and then they start changing their minds to go with buys and it goes up here. It is real. It is really real. And in the market breadth cycle, you can see that happen over and over and over. Just take off the 10 EMA and you can see it cycle just like that. Some cycles are bigger, some cycles are smaller, but throughout the history of time, that's exactly what happens in the market. It is so cool to see that.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been surprised at how visible that is with Outlier. I haven't seen another tool that offers that visibility into the cyclic nature of the market and how, like, when we say we have to get out of all our trades because the signals say we have to get out, but we know it's coming back because it's cyclic, and we can tell it's kind of getting close to coming back, or we think it might be another 3 or 4 days because it's just taking forever to rebound. But we can literally see it in Outlier. It's amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take this one step further, and now we're going to talk about the number of uptrends and downtrends. This is really fresh. When I tell you really fresh, I mean in the last couple of weeks, we've done a lot of R&D, a lot of testing, and we have come up with a really, really nice way to quantify if this is working in your direction. Now, this is not built in Outlier yet. This is a tool built by one of our incredible outliers in the Discord. We're calling them Donchian Channels. Now, the reason they're called Donchian Channels is because that's one of the things we say around here just to be funny. But also, these are technically Donchian Channels by Richard Donchian. He's the one who came up with this concept here. So what it does is it takes the high point over X number of periods, and through backtesting, Mark and I both confirmed that the 4-period backtesting point had the highest expectancy. I don't know why 4 or 3 or 5 wasn't it, but the 4 consistently outperformed. So it's like, okay, data's data. Let's go with it. So looking at this, anytime that it pushes up higher, the black line, that shows you more and more uptrends are happening. If the downside line is pushing lower and lower, that means more and more downtrends are happening. Now, what's cool about this is the Donchian channel allows you to see when things are really changing, right? Instead of just noise, right? Instead of just a little bit here and a little bit there, it shows you if there's actually a change in sentiment. So let's push this back up here. And this will be built into Outlier, but it's so fresh, we haven't even had a chance to put it in yet. So like today, you can see it has a push up on the Donchian channel, push up on the green channel, which means it has more uptrends today than it did yesterday over the last 4 periods. Okay. Now you'll also notice here that there are less downtrends, which is great, but it's not highlighted red because it is still not moving down on the Donchian channel 4 periods just yet. Once this has gone 4 periods and starts to get lower, you'll start to see it falling off the cliff like this one did right here. So this would give us a score, right? The score in this area right here would be 0 because we don't have anything pushing up higher or pushing down lower in this area. So it'd be a score of 0. This is a score of 1 because we have 1 Donchian channel move. This right here would be a score of 2 because we have 2 Donchian channel moves. Right? So this is what's happening to the trends of the market. Now, deep thought. Why do we care if there are more uptrends in the market versus downtrends in the market if we're looking at market breadth?
It's that adage that you get back to all the time about a rising tide lifts all ships. So essentially, if more things have an uptrend, then that's going to help push the market to a higher value, which will then bring the rest of the stock up with it.
Exactly. We're looking at the trend of the market, and then we're looking at everybody in the market and how are they trending, right? I like the analogy of the market is the general, but all of the stocks are his soldiers. And if the general's marching into battle, but all of his soldiers have curtailed the other direction, the general's marching north, all the other soldiers are marching south, what do you think is going to happen? Right? There's going to be some sort of snapback. There's going to be some sort of problem because the general doesn't have his soldiers to back him up. And, that could be the case maybe over here where we're getting less and less uptrends and it's all the downtrends happening. Like, in fact, this is quantified right here. There were over 2,000 downtrends. And the 2,600 stocks we cover, there were 2,107 on April 7th this year. That's crazy. That is a lot of downtrends. I would not be betting against that.
Yeah, no, that'll push you down, definitely.
But very quickly, that can turn around, right? Very quickly. April 14th, literally a week later, we started getting more and more uptrends, less and less downtrends, and then it really spiked up higher, right? So we want to be going with the trend, but we don't want to be fighting that trend when it starts to turn around, right? We want to capture that trend as it turns around and ride that dude. So this is what we're measuring here on the uptrend and downtrend. And Mahesh literally told me ages ago, this is the most important thing he looks at of all the indicators inside of Outlier. That's the most important one. I didn't realize how important it was. I didn't realize how important it was. And by using these donkey channels now, that would have kept us out of a decent amount of the most recent trades that we had that didn't work out so well. But that also means you're going to have to get better at sitting on your hands, right? There are going to be even longer times where you might have to have outlier hands, which is sitting in cash and not effing up, which is hard. I'm telling you guys, so many people come to this game, come to this industry, and they're like, I got to do something all day, every day. And in reality, the best thing to do most of the time is not do anything because all stocks are what?
Bad. But every now and then they act right. Yeah.
All stocks are bad, but every once in a while they act right. And we want to know when they're acting right, and we can quantify that. So taking it one step further, we want to be looking at the sector. We want to be looking at the sector. Let me scroll up a little bit. We want to be looking at the sector breadth as well. Now, we would apply the same criteria to the sector breadth. And one thing that's really handy is we do have the crossovers over here. You can use the 5 EMA on the chart, and you can swap this over. Or you can use the 10 EMA, and you can see who is bullish on the bull list percentage. But now, with this sick donkey button that we have, we can look at all the sectors all at once, and this makes life so much easier. So the backtesting results that we came out with basically said we want a score of at least 3. At least 3. Now, how can we get to 3? There's 2 data points. We can either have both the uptrends and downtrends working in our favor in the market, plus 1 of those in the sector, or 1 in the sector, 2 in the sector, 1 in the market, or both in the sector, both in the market. Those are the only three potential outcomes here. And so running this today, this is so sick. I love this so much. It shows you today's signals and yesterday's signals, and it gives you the total score for yesterday and the total score for today. And I love this so much because at a glance, we can now see, oh, you know what? Okay, the only sectors I'm even interested in would be staples and utilities. Now, here's a pro tip. If staples and utilities are the only sectors you're interested in, that's not a good thing. I know that sounds crazy because we just had this bullish breadth crossover here, but staples and utilities are defensive stocks. If they are getting more interest, that's not good for the market. That's really not good for the market. But pro tip, one of those nuanced things that you'll develop over time. So to this point, how do we score all these sectors? 1s or 2s, and then a couple 3s. Now, there's been a lot of chatter on Discord about, okay, if it's a 3 yesterday or a 2 yesterday, does that mean it'll be a 3 tomorrow? It cannot ever happen like that. So I want to discuss that to clarify this. Reason being was there's a couple hot names that came through today, like HIMS. HIMS got a buy signal today. So let's jump into HIMS real quick. That sounded weird. Let's jump into HIMS. You know, sometimes I wish that I don't say everything that comes across my mind on the internet, but here we are. What's up, Joe?
I think Paul feels lonely in the lobby. We might want to let him in.
Where the hell have you been, Paul?
I've been knocking on the door.
Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't know you were there. My bad. All right. Paul, since you just joined us, we've changed everything. Everything you learned is all out the window, and you have to relearn it all by next week.
Nice try. I was watching on YouTube.
Dang it. Okay, so back to this on Paul. Since Paul's here, we'll talk about HIMS. Now, people are super excited about HIMS because this is one of those meme stocks. It really, call it whatever you want. HIMS is a meme stock. So is SoFi. Call it whatever you want. SoFi is a meme stock. So is Open Door right now, etc. This is a meme stock. Looking at this, right, I can see where a lot of people are getting a little confused because they're like, well, daggum, right? I can see it's got a buy signal. It's getting less fearful, more greedy. The staples sector is getting less fearful, more greedy. And the staple sector breadth is crossed over. And you know what, Chris? Your donkey channels that you're all excited about talking about. Let's go over here to the staples real quick. Your donkey channels look great as well. What's the problem here? So the staples sector has 1 on the scoreboard here. The market has 1 on the scoreboard. That gives us a combined value of 2. Or did I miss one? Oh, yesterday it had a 3. That's right. Yesterday it had a 3. The buy signal did not come yesterday. The buy signal came today. The buy signal came today. Because of that, at no point in the history of time will this signal have a score of 3. Cannot do that. I cannot do that. If the signal came yesterday and had a score of 3, then yeah, for sure. We've assigned a score of 3 on that date. That's not happening today. Okay. So let's go back to this. And we can use HIMS as our example here. We can look at the breadth of the sector, which we just did. And the today value on the sector is 1. Okay, so going back over here. The today signal, or the today score, the total score for today is a 2. Okay, because the market gave us a 1, the sector gave us a 1. So going into here, we've established that we wouldn't take this because it doesn't have a 3 or greater. Okay. Now, let me pull up my spreadsheet as to why we want to look at 3 or greater. I showed you this already, but let's look at it. So these are my actual trading results over the last 2 years. If it has a donkey score of 3 or greater, that has tremendously higher outcome, significantly higher outcome. The expectancy on 3 or greater is unbelievably higher than everything else combined. So my point is, there's no reason to take anything unless it's a 3 or 4. No reason at all to take anything unless it scores a 3 or 4 on the Donchian Channels. Now, that's the Donchian Channels plus the OVTLYR 9, right? This doesn't replace anything. This is just going in with breadth. Okay, going back to this. Now, I want to show you that spreadsheet. We'll get there in a minute. Fear and greed. This is actually a pretty neat hack that I've come up with. Until Mahesh builds this into, and I did send him a formal written request, please add this to market breadth. We can't actually see the fear and greed score on the breadth over here. It doesn't exist right there for now.
Chris, you have to do formal change requests now.
Yeah, we're very fancy at Outlier. We have formal change requests with TPS reports that have to go through 3 levels of management committees. Okay, go to the watch list real quick for me. So this is actually a really cool hack. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's this button right here on everything, right? You can look at the ETFs versus the stocks. ETFs versus the stocks. This is your favorited stocks. Okay, if you favorite a stock, it'll pop over here. But check this out. You click this button here. It's all the sector ETFs. Did you guys know that was there? Look at that. We learn something every day, don't we? It's always there. It's always been there. You just never saw it. Now, here's a quick pro tip. If you want to see, until we get it into the breadth tab, if you want to see what the fear and greed score is, check this out. XLV, you'll get used to what these are. XLV is healthcare. XLP is materials. XLC is communication. I'm sorry, XLP is discretionary. Staples. Yeah, staples. XLC is communication. XLB is materials. XLF is financials. XLRE is real estate. XLE is energy. XLU is utilities. XLK is technology. XLI, this one is industrials. XLY is discretionary. Okay. Now, there are 11 sectors. Has been, will always be 11 sectors. Check this out. If you click your middle mouse wheel, right, your scroll wheel on your mouse, you can pop all these open into new tabs. Okay. You can just come through, and this looks harder than it actually is. So it'll take you just a moment to do, right? You click all 3 of these, and then you can go through and you can say, okay, healthcare sector, the average fear and greed score in the healthcare sector. Remember, you can always look over here no matter what stock or ETF you're in and tell you what sector it's in. The average healthcare sector is getting more fearful. It may have bottomed actually, 52.99. Yeah, it's slightly higher today. So this would have a positive fear and greed score. Okay. Next one. Staples, positive fear and greed. Communications, positive fear and greed. Do you see how fast we can do that? Materials, positive fear and greed. Financials, negative fear and greed. It's coming down just slightly. Real estate, positive fear and greed. Energy, the average fear and greed score in the energy sector is going down, getting more fearful, less greedy. Utilities, positive fear and greed. Technology, slightly up, I think. Yeah, or ever so slightly, 61.18 to 61.32. Industrials, this is slightly up as well, 64.16 to 64.38. And discretionary up slightly as well. So how long did that take us? Realistically, 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds to go through each sector, right? It's not all in one place here just yet. It will be at some point, I'm sure of that. But in the meantime, pretty sweet, right? So we can see our Donchian Channel score, we can see our breadth, and we can see our fear and greed. Honestly, how long would that take us? 2 minutes tops? Maybe. It really doesn't take all that time. So we've established the trend, signal, and breadth in the market. We established how everything's looking on the fear and greed and on the breadth. Now, I want to show you a hack that I have. Now I want to show you what that spreadsheet was. So going into that spreadsheet, right, I went through and this is what the scores would come out as already, right? Now this is breadth plus fear and greed. Right? And it's as easy as typing the word bullish or bearish and then literally copy and pasting around. It doesn't have to get that difficult. These are the ETFs that I look at as well. And they are basically all linked to these. These are the only ones you have to modify. Everything else will be linked from it. Now, this is the fear and greed scores. I'm sorry, not the fear and greed scores, the donkey scores, which we can now do like super simple, right? You can just go through and say, okay, discretionary. Now, I built this before this was built, so that's why they're not in line. But you could say discretionary, 1 score from yesterday, 1 score for today, just like that. Okay. If it's 2 or greater, it'll conditionally highlight 2 or greater. Makes life easier.
Discretionary was 2 and 2.
What's that?
Discretionary was 2 and 2, not 1 and 1.
Are we sure about that?
Discretionary.
Discretionary. 1 and 1.
Oh, it's like yesterday. Sorry, I see the total score is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and it's not total score. It's just the score for that one.
Okay.
Because the market, you input the market up here, and here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing it does. It actually scores it for you. You're going to love this, by the way. Once you see how all this works, you're going to be like, ooh, that's sick. So we've scored the market for yesterday and today. We've scored all the sectors for yesterday and today. Now, one thing you can do, if there's data here already, you can hit this clear results button, and all of your results go away. This is important. Pay attention, follow along. I'm only going to give you directions on this once, okay? If you go into your screener, let me go to the screener. Screen it however you want. All right, this is my criteria. Take it, leave it, doesn't matter to me. Screen it however you want. And then you can find where the today signals and yesterday signals stop. I need to load more. Need to load more again. There's a lot of signals between yesterday and today. To here. And then copy, just straight copy. So finding where the bottom, start there, copy all the way up. It's important though that you highlight the titles up here, symbol. If you don't highlight the titles, it won't work right. Then you do a Control C for straight copy, Control C, okay? Come over here, click on the word symbol. You have to click here. If you click anywhere else, it won't work. And then paste, Control V, just straight paste. So this will put this in Excel for you. It doesn't work in Google Sheets. It only works in Excel. You could probably figure out to make it work in Google Sheets. Now, this is how Chris spends a lot of time making things easier for himself. Actually, I don't spend a lot of time, so I'm trying to say. This is a huge time saver for me. After we've already got the scores in here, if you come over here to sector breadth, magic has already been done for you. There's 2 stocks. That's it. All the work is done for you.
That's awesome.
What's up, Ian?
Chris, I do the same thing, but I use the screener. Like today, we only had staples and so I go into the sector and just highlight the 2 that came out as 3s.
Yes, that's exactly a perfect way to do it.
And it just filters out all the other ones that I don't need.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely. What Ian and I are doing are the same thing, but just different steps.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Yeah. Good.
So let's say, for example, I'm just going to throw an 8 on here for posterity's sake, an 8, okay? This is now greater than 2. Anything that's greater than 2 will pull out bullish. If it's not bullish, it'll just be blank. So all you have to do is filter on that, and now you'll see more because the healthcare sector, I gave it a score of 8, which gives it a combined score of 9. Okay, let's put this back to 1. Now I'll show you the next step that I do. I'll filter these to bullish, and then I built it so I can copy these 3 names, copy, there we go. Come over here. Oh, you can't see that. Come over to the plan for today. Click it. And then right here, you can paste as values. Okay. Now, with there's 2, it's not that big a deal. Let's go back and I'll show you, let's say we did like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. There's going to be a lot now. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be some bullish and some bearish. We don't want the bearish. We only want bullish. Okay. Now there's quite a few. So if you copy all these and you paste them on the Plan for Today tab, paste as values, that's quite a lot of stocks to go through. Quite a lot of stocks to go through. Ain't nobody got time for that. So here's what I do next. I go to the Outlier Returns tab, or signal, column. That's what I'm going to say. I go to the Outlier Returns column. Then I filter by largest to smallest. Boom. So we can start with hymns. Right? Now it's in the drop down of, okay, I only want to see the highest ones in this order. So I'm going to work my way down at this point.
Nice.
It makes it way easier. Way, way, way easier. Now you'll notice this over here. These are just formulas so I can drop, because I'm really, really lazy. I can drop these in Discord so you guys can know what I'm looking at. So for example, if I look at like 8, 15, 94 delta, 98 doesn't matter, 1.25, call option price is $16 and with the strike of 32. It'll build that in so I can say, hey, these are the ones that I'm looking at today. Makes it easy. So you can keep that, you can delete that, doesn't matter. It's just really for copy pasting sake. So let's work our way down starting from the top. Right, starting from the top, the highest outlier return. If this had pulled in by now, what would we do? We would go to the option chain. Hymns. And then we would start at 21 days to expiration. Try to look for 250 plus open interest, less than 50-cent bid-ask spread, 20% or less extrinsic value, around 80 delta. So let's start at 22 days. So August 15th. Okay. All the open interest you could ever want over here. So that's a great place to be. I usually start at the 80 delta and look around. So over here, the 81 delta has lots of open interest. The extrinsic value is $1.91 on 1275. That's not so bad. But this is really wide right here. This is super wide. I'm surprised it's that wide. Now it's tightening up a little bit. So we'll go with one that is a little tighter. We'll go with this one here. As much as I would love to trade that one, it's too wide, right? It's 50, 40, 70 cents wide. But if I go down just a couple strikes, now that one's widening out. Of course, we're getting close to the end of the day, so it's going to start moving around a lot more. But I guess we can stick with this one here, the 47 strike. So what I would do, so I come over here and I would say hymns on the August 22nd expiration, so 8/22. I'm looking at which delta? 79 delta. The extrinsic value is $2.80. Wait, that just changed a lot, didn't it? Man, this stock is all over the place right now. Anyway, because now it's 230. 238. 238. Call option price, the full ask price, $12.85. That'll show me my extrinsic percent. And then the strike price is the 47 strike. Now I have my plan for the day. Now I have my plan for the day. And then I can go about my day. I can go to 8, and I'll tell you what I did today. I went to HEB. I went to Rudy's Barbecue. I worked on some YouTube analytics stuff over here. Reading a couple books. I know Mike has this book as well, The Psychology of Money. I'm reading that one at this very moment. Mike, I'm on page. I'm not very deep. 34. I don't know what page you're on, but that's the page I'm on.
Okay. What do you think of it in 34 pages in?
I think it's not what I expected.
Yeah, me neither.
That's what I think. It's not what I expected. I'm gonna keep going through it. I like to read, as you know. You could probably tell. Anyway, but I can go through my day and I know exactly what I'm going to do, right? This might take me 10, 15 minutes of analysis in the morning. I know what I'm going to do by the time the last hour of the day comes along. Now, granted, things can happen during the day, right? Things can happen during the day. So we need to make sure that before we look into actually buying anything, right? We got some last minute checks. Double check there's no outlier blocks in the way. assuming we've gone through OVTLYR 9, right? Assuming that it's not got an outlier block in the way that it's about to close into, assuming there's no earnings the next 3 days, double checking is making sure it's above the 10 EMA, because we've seen this before. A signal comes through, looks great in the morning. By the end of the day, the price is sold off. It definitely is not one that I want to trade. Double check the Donchian Channels still good. That should not change during the day. And of course, that it isn't below the prior day's low. Okay, by this point, we'll now have everything we need so we can glance at the chart, be ready to roll within just a moment. And then pop over here, say, okay, this is what I want to buy. Pop into your broker, click a couple buttons, bing, bang, boom. You are the proud owner of the 47 strike calls on August 15th on HIMS. So, I passed that spreadsheet on to you guys. You can probably make it even better, which would be really sick if you do. I'm also really excited to see, now that we've put this out in the open, what our incredibly intelligent outliers can come up with. Because if they can hack the mainframe over here at the Outlier Global World Headquarters and pull out this kind of stuff, right? Like, I almost feel like this is Wayne Industries, right? And the Joker and Penguin have teamed up, and they're like hacking our servers, and they're coming out with all this stuff. But then again, this is actually great. I love it. They're not hurting anything. They're making things better, right? Then Bane's over in the corner. He's like, "This is brilliant. I love this idea." Sorry, I'm a nerd. Anyway, I think this is great. I love where this is going. And we've covered quite a lot today, right? And I'm trying to give you the keys where once Outlier University is done, you can grab this and go. Grab this and go. Take it, make it your own. Paul, did you have something on your mind?
Oh, first, this is incredible. Looking forward to this. And you're going to, I guess, make that spreadsheet and the plan for the day available.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I do the plan for the day every day, right? Every day, whether there's something to do. Otherwise, I'm just going to hit sit and cash and not F up for a long time. Hang on. Where's that
I remember seeing that out there. Maybe I just missed it.
No, I put it out this morning.
No, I mean the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet you have, the tab in your spreadsheet.
I've not shared just yet.
Okay.
But I'll continue to do this. And then Joe has volunteered to be our Alpha Group poster. So my plan is I'm going to make the trades. I'll shoot it over into the Alpha Group chat. Joe has volunteered, and I've given him access, and we proved that it works yesterday. Joe, I appreciated that meme. I loved that very much so. We've confirmed that it works, so we're good.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Some of the alpha class, we're talking about your calculations for your +3, +4 win percentages. And some of us can add 2 and 2, but we kind of hit a dead end. But Scott said, if you'll pull up your calculation.
I am going to pull it. I saw Scott talking about this, and I was confused by what he said.
Since your average, like 29.49, already has your losers in it, right?
It
then
does.
you don't need to multiply by the win percentage, and you actually come out higher because you've already got your losers in there, so you don't need your win percentage. So it'd be 29 times 11. That's what Scott said.
Huh. Well, I
read numbers are actually better like that.
It is better like that. It is better like that. And I see his point, because you've already got the loser, so you don't need the losing point in there. I get that. However, the way that I've calculated outcome is number of trades times your win rate times the average return overall. And I mean, I can see where he's coming from. So I like that number, but I don't want to blow any extra smoke up our backsides. We already have a lot of smoke blown up our backsides at the moment about this. Okay. So guys, we covered a lot today. I know that there's probably some questions from you guys. Let me drop this into the general chat real quick. Or actually, I'm going to upload it into the VIP Investors Toolkit. What questions or what areas do you want to cover today? Because we're coming near our close, and I don't want to leave anything off the table that you have on your mind.
One of the things that was being asked in chat is Rick Warfish wanted you to check Bud. He said there might possibly be a setup for that.
I'm sorry, Deep Thought. You're kind of muffled. I heard like Flint Walkish.
Sorry, Rick Warfish.
Similar.
Rick Warfish. Okay.
Yeah, and he wants you to check Bud. There might be a setup.
Check what?
Bud.
Biden?
Oh no.
Like Joe?
Let's type it in the.
I'm sorry.
go.
It's just it's muffled.
Bud. B-U-D.
Okay.
Budweiser.
I was like, Biden? Why would we look at Biden? That's
We
weird.
need to check on Biden.
I'm not checking on him. You can check on him.
You
All
check.
right, let's
You
go to
check.
Bud. Oh, well, you know what? They might need to check on Joe Biden. Don't they say that celebrity deaths come in threes, right? We lost Ozzy Osbourne, and then we lost Hulk Hogan. I mean, the Secret Service will come if I say what's going to happen next, but I don't want that to happen. So, long live Joe Biden. Looking at this, right? This is in the Staples sector. So, did it get a buy signal yesterday? Wednesday, it got a buy signal? Yeah. Okay. Why did that not pull through over here for me? Okay, hang on. Let's look for Bud.
It must be cheap.
Don't know why it's not on the screen.
$70.
That's why I would not have seen it earlier. So if
You
we're
wouldn't
looking at
trade
it,
it anyway.
oh, maybe it's not 10 over 20 price over 50 yet. Oh, that's why. The crossover is going to happen today.
Right.
So actually, Bud would be something we could look at tomorrow. Now, I know this is a little confusing. This is one of those trading nuances. The crossover is not confirmed until this candle closes. I know it looks like it's good, but until this candle closes, I mean, in theory, if this dropped all of a sudden, this would never have crossed over. So only once this candle closes does that confirm its trend. So I'm telling you right now, that will show up tomorrow and would be a candidate tomorrow if Staples had set up with the buy signal on that same day with the Donchian Channels. So actually, it wouldn't even come across.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't even cross because it's got earnings coming up in the next.
Oh, Brad, I see you talking, but I can't hear you at all.
I think you've got me muted.
I'm sorry. Hang on. I don't have my headphones either. My housekeeper is literally right outside the door at the vacuum, and it's probably me more than it is you that I can't hear you. I've got the volume cranked all the way up.
Earnings.
Okay.
So it's a no-go.
Earnings are coming up, yeah, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Couple of days.
I thought I thought under your trading rules, earnings, trading up
within the next 3 days. Within the next 3 days. I mean, this is July 31st, so it's got more than 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
Yeah. Apologies. I can hear you now. Okay. Yeah, to Rick's point, Rick Biden said no uptrend in Outlier. That's why. Yes. Okay, got it. All right, what else, you guys? Ian, what's up, dude?
So just to confirm, if we've got a 3 on the previous day, we'll be looking at buy signals from the previous day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Simple.
we got it.
Simples.
Okay, here's what I want to do as well. In the chat, if you have a question that I can help you out with, put a hashtag Q in the chat. I'm also going to see if I can get some of these gentlemen to answer your question for you. Ooh, pop quiz time, boys. Pop quiz time, boy. And then they all start like dropping off. Oh, gotta go. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta go. My maid's out here.
Going. Okay, were there any questions in the chat that I missed earlier? I see everybody typing Bud. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear him. And then Rick does say check on Biden too. Thomas, yes, I did drop that spreadsheet in the VIP toolkit just a moment ago, so you'll see it there.
Speaking of that chart that shows the previous day score totals, the new one, where is the script for that?
So anytime I see these scripts come through, and it's like, as far as I can tell, the final version, I'm dropping those in the VIP Investors Toolkit as well. I think, no, it's actually, I do need to go one step further. Sorry about that, Mike. You're right. It's this one. Let me forward this over. There. Awesome. There it is, Mike.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. I thought that was the right message. It was clearly not. My bad. Dude, have y'all ever used a bookmark lit before? That's such a hard word for me. Bookmark lit. That's cool as shit, isn't it?
Never heard of it.
No, I never heard of it till this. Bookmarklet.
Bookmark
It's almost
lit.
a mistake. I think somebody said it by accident. It stuck.
I think Deepthought not only uses them, but he writes them as well.
Bookmarklet.
Super cool. Kashi asked a question. When's Outlier 3.1 coming? Well, it was supposed to be a lot sooner, but then Mahesh showed me something yesterday. I'm not going to give away anything, but I didn't like what I saw. He and Mark both liked it, and I'm like, guys, I cannot do this. Like, I don't like this. And so I was giving them reasons why I didn't like it. And we came up with a compromise, which I don't want to tell you what it is today, but when you hear what the compromise is, both they were happy and I was happy, and we all left like, whoa, this is even better than we thought of. So
Nice.
I can't tell you what's coming in 3.1, but I can tell you it's going to blow your socks off. It's so sick. I'm so excited about it. Not to overhype anything.
Never.
JT says, for the Outlier channel buttons, the Donkey channel buttons, do we have a video to show how to set them up? Here's your video, JT. You ready? Here's your video. Go into the VIP Investors Toolkit. Scroll up. There's two now. Download this, right? Make sure you have a virus scanner. I mean, I take no responsibility if you download this and it has a virus. Download this and download this. I don't know if this will show. Download this. Download those two. Okay. When you download those two, you're going to see on your market breadth page. I mean, go to your market breadth page first, right? Imagine you just landed on your market breadth page. Go add a bookmark, right? Go add a new bookmark. Add current tab. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to drop everybody off here. Go add a bookmark. Add current tab. Okay. Here, go edit that tab with what you just downloaded. That text document, go edit it so the URL is what you just downloaded. It's going to look really long and ugly like this one. Okay. Super long, super ugly. Make both of those a bookmark. And then it only works when you get to this page. Once you're on the market breadth page, you can hit the Donkey Channels button. That's what I named it. And it'll show you the Donkey Channels like this. And then you can hit the All Sectors button. This takes a moment to work, but it works brilliantly. It's going to go through, it's going to calculate all those Donkey Channel scores, and then pop it all up on your screen like that. So there's your tutorial on how to do that. So if somebody could clip that and put that somewhere that we can reference, so I don't have to do that again, that would be awesome. Give it another second or so to finish. I mean, the fact that it does that all at once, and even though it runs 30 seconds in the background and then spits us out, is so freaking cool. I love it.
Nice.
Alexandro says, I don't understand why all stocks are not red in the Donkey channels. Okay. So remember, the Donchian channel has a 4-period lag. What it's trying to show you is over the last X number of periods, in this case 4, has this moved. And in this case here, this is the maximum value in 1, 2, 3 candles. So tomorrow, I assume tomorrow, on the 4th candle, it should fall off a cliff. It's going to find the next lowest point, which would be right here. And then the next lowest point right here. So it'll look something like this. It'll start moving down. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see that was the highest period over 4. And then it started moving down to the next highest period of the last 4, which was right here. And then it started moving down again and waited until it reached that point, and it continued on further. That's why it hasn't. It has a 4-period lag. And he's never heard of it either, but it's awesome. I agree. Do you put weight in the outlier strength signal in the screener? Put weight to the outlier strength signal. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But I will tell you, there have been people who have asked many times, what is the most important and what is the least important of all of these? In my opinion, the absolute most important would not ever dare go against this in the OVTLYR 9 is the market trend. Right? If you decide to go against the market trend, you could just picture Greta Thunberg, where she's yelling at you saying, how dare you? How dare you go against the market? Don't ever do that. Okay. Second most important thing would probably be outlier blocks, because those are areas of proven support and resistance. And I would not even touch a trade if it's running up into an outlier block. Even if everything else is set up, there's no way I'd do that. Least important, that's tough. Because they're all super important to me. If I had to say what's the least important, maybe the signal on the market, maybe. Because if the breadth is still pushing up high and the trend is still pushing up high, you've got so much going for it. It's just one last, like, this is all the technicals that are going on. This is all the technicals that are going on. And this is the outliers interpretation of reading all the data, right? So this may be the least important, but I hate to say it is, because I would never go against that either. So I don't know, but I'm ultra biased as well.
Chris, could you bring up your slide with the entry signal that talks about 250 open interest?
Oh yeah, right here.
So with what we've learned the last couple of months with open interest and the effect that the outlier community has on it, is it having any weight in your mind to change the 250 number, or is it still a good starting point?
It's a really good question. I don't know. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know. What we have found is we've not run into a real liquidity crunch. And now if we're going through it in different waves, whatever liquidity issue we were having before, which was causing price to move around on us, is all of us were trying to buy or sell the same option at the same time. That should be eliminated as well, which is the reason why I want to do it this way. I just don't know. I'll be very honest with you, Joe. I just don't know. I mean, if I said, I need at least 5,000 open interest, the world of options trading just narrowed down to hardly anything. I mean, you might have 100 stocks total that have consistently 5,000 or more open interest on the strikes you want to trade. So I truly don't know yet.
Okay.
What's up, Ian?
But on that too, the open interest is relative to your position size.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm looking for 2 or 3 contracts, my open interest is down to about 40.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's up, Paul?
So one of the 2 stocks that passed the screening today had fairly low open interest. I believe it was in the 60s, and some people were saying, well, I'm only going to buy a couple of contracts. And you can actually go look at the options chart in TradingView and look at the volume of trades. And that stock yesterday had 1 contract traded. And today, when we checked it after market open, it had like 10 a.m., it was 0. So even though there's an open interest number, it may not be active. You may have trouble getting out.
Can you show me how to do that, Paul?
Yeah. So right click on the stock ticker.
Okay, so let's just do we'll do SoFi. Right click the stock.
And in the upper left-hand corner, right click on the ticker.
Oh, up here?
Yeah. Or left click it maybe. Now, all the way to the right, click on options.
Wait a minute.
And then pick the company.
I've never even noticed these math symbols up here. Now I'm curious what that is. Okay. Pick the company, SoFi.
Whoa. Now pick your date. So August 15th at the top.
Okay.
Then pick the call you want.
Let's go with the 19th.
And those are, you can look at the volume.
I had no idea this existed. So this is the actual contracts traded volume right here, and this is the price of that option.
Right.
Wow, cool. Oh my gosh, I've always wanted this. This is so sick. So how do you see the number of contracts? It's just candle height?
I only looked at the one that only had 1 trade, so it was easy. And when I hover over one of the volume tickers, one of the volume candles.
I think you're just missing the volume indicator.
Yeah, maybe open up the volume indicator.
I got that volume. that a different volume?
It's
I
that
don't
one.
know.
No, it's that
No,
one.
just top left of your screen, drop down the box that says 12, and it'll show you there you go, volume 1.
So now you just hover over the bar and it'll tell you
Yeah,
what the
and it'll show
volume.
you. Close that window. Right, hover over the bar and it'll tell you on the side, 1, right-hand side.
It's because you have the volume with the eyeball and the setting and everything open. So just click somewhere randomly and there you
There
go.
you
Now
go.
hover over the bar.
Oh, I see it up here in the corner. I see it.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is so sick.
But it's delayed 20 minutes if I remember right.
Wow.
So, Chris, would you mark that up if you took a trade?
The price of the option? No, unlikely not.
Okay.
I mean, that is really cool though, to be able to say, you know, I got in specifically on, you know, this candle right here. I know it's difficult to see, obviously, when it jumps
out the
around like
stop
that, where
loss
it's
from
full stop
that.
bars. But that's still really cool. I had no idea this existed. That is awesome. Well, guys, look at this. I'm learning stuff in class today. I love it.
Well, you
Okay,
said
cool,
it was
guys.
up to us to bring the content for this one. So here you go.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So we will be out of class next week, and then the week after, the week of the 4th, August 4th through the 8th. That'll be our final week of class. So just be sure that we cover, if there are any questions at all that you guys have, I need you to let me know what they are so we can go through it, right? Anything at all. I'm here to help you. This is our last chance working together officially. I mean, we can still hang anytime, but officially. I mean, you guys are going to be teaching the next class, so I'm not worried about it.
That's scary.
Hey, can we get like in the comment section? Can we keep like university emeritus students so that we maybe do a green color instead of the red? Because when the beta class comes in, you know, we'll be the stepchild.
Yeah, well, you'll be the alumni. You'll be showing all those kids how it's done, right? They'll be coming to your house for the frat parties. Is what's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll be getting the mail for donations and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Well, outstanding work, you guys. We've come such a long way, and we have just a little bit left. So I'm here for you, no matter what. Let's make this. Let's finish strong. If you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, what should you do? Click one of those 2 videos. Exactly. Have a fantastic day, guys. We'll talk soon.